My name is William Corey Lawrence. I started skateboarding in, the 70s as far as, the classic yellow banana boards rolling down the driveway, but I actually consider myself starting to skateboard around 1984. Vans Warped Tour started showing up and had a vert ramp set up at Sandstone. And the first year, 96, the first year I went to it and found out that it was happening. There wasn't anybody allowed to ride. It was, I don't even remember who was skating there at the time. But the next year in 97 came around, and at the time I was riding for Let It Ride. And they held a little mini ramp contest as a qualifier to get into the vert contest. And then I skated the vert contest that Susie Catalano hosted for the Vans Warped Tour. Ended up winning the semifinals, and that was what brought me back into skateboarding. I won a trip to Ventura, California to skate the World Amateur Finals at Skate Street. Like, why do I have to stop at 5-6 feet? I want vert. I want to go high. I want to defy gravity. I want perpetual motion like that. I want to be able to do inverts. I don't, it meant so much more to us. And so mini ramps were novelty, and it was a lot of fun, and the best part of it wasn't even the tricks or anything like that. It was hanging out with all your buddies and just throwing down and having a good session. That was a blast, but it was still, to us, a mini ramp. I do remember it was another one of those times begging, and keep in mind, I wasn't really skating at that time. It was, there's a vert ramp, I gotta go. And it was climbing on that ramp and pumping up to the top and kick turning and get up there and, okay, I'm here, and drop in with sketchy legs and can't breathe and jittery and doing awkward, clumsy inverts and doing backside airs where the board's just tiptoeing, flailing off of your feet and just praying to land on it because you're in front of a crowd. And Prairie Village Park popped up and saw my friend Tom Weicker down there with Red Scott. They were in the midst of building it. The bowl wasn't done. So after being up all night and kind of shaky in the knees, drop in, and first thing, without even getting to know the bowl, eggplant. That's how I kind of find my way on any vert ramp or bowl or anything, is inverts and eggplants. I mean, those are my kick turns. That's like the rock and roll to get used to things. So they're like, all right, you're cool, you can skate, just don't grind. Sure enough, drop in the next time. First thing I do, 50-50, and you can just see the terror in their eyes. It's not cured yet. I'm like, I'm sorry, man. So it's always been a very difficult time trying to be a vert rider in Kansas City since beginning. My dad and I joke all the time. He's like, yeah, I always told you there was no money in skateboarding. It was novelty. It was skateboarding. Skateboarding was something you bought at the dime store. You had a yellow board with shitty wheels, and you roll down the street. It wasn't a reality that it was a sport. Right now, I think skating's really good in Kansas City, but we went through a moment where we were building skate parks. Now all of a sudden you're not seeing skate parks pop up anymore. The ones that are decent are a little overcrowded. The ones that are shitty, no one really wants to ride. And the money's already been invested, so we're not seeing another flux of great shit to come back and build and to ride again. For a long time, there's been a lot of talent here in Kansas City. It's just same old story, that it's highlighted when